In order to have a civilized, functioning society, a few things are imperative. You need a transportation system, not only for the public, but for distribution of resources that is navigationable, whether it's waterways, railroads, highways. You need a functioning government. You need a court system that is built upon laws that are enforced, and you need to produce resources, distribute the raw materials, and have those resources create products through the economy. We are more than educated. I mean, more than educated that we know plenty, which we should. We are more than educated on the founders. And the founders not only established a republic, but the Constitution, which is the law of the land, and a legal system. Sir William Blackstone, for those of you who are unfamiliar, wrote the Treaties of Governments, and based upon that document, our legal system was founded. But someone who doesn't get enough credit or recognition is John Hall. Think about this. Each item you own is made of raw materials, components, and little parts. What happens if, for instance, your lawnmower has a spark plug that is deficient, a flywheel key that is deficient? You can go to Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, a hardware store, somewhere in your own community to find that specific part. And that specific part or component is going to have a precise measurement, a precise build, and it is going to be exactly similar to the previous part. We take that for granted today. But before you had precision manufacturing, if you had a small part or component that would mess up in your plow, say that part of your axe messed up, then you had to find a way to get in contact with the manufacturer. Before phones, before railroad systems, it was very difficult to get hold of that manufacturer. But if you could write a letter and somehow get a custom part made, there was no precise measurement, no precise process, nothing that would give them the ability to make the part the same as it was when it malfunctioned. So it made more sense economically, not only based upon money, but also time, just to buy an entire new axe, an entire new system, rather than getting that one little part, which would have been cheaper. But then you had precision manufacturing. John Hall was one of the fathers, one of the founders of this process. John Hall worked in an armory. He started producing rifles and weapons for the United States government based upon his precision manufacturing. He always had a target model and an ideal measurement of each product. He would take measurements only from that specific model. And from that model, he would have machines. And their one purpose was for each part, to make one part of the rifle. And the way he laid the machines, it required the same precision and manufacturing attention to detail as the product itself. He actually had 63 separate gauges for each measurement, very precise, just for one rifle. And the gauges, they were made in 3 sets. You had inspections, And they would actually take the rifle apart after it was inspected, assembled. They would disassemble it. They would mix up the parts and reassemble before shipping. But the really critical step was establishing precise gauges for each part of the rifle. Now, gauges in a rifle, machines that produce those parts, might sound very small. But this was the beginning of precision manufacturing. And today, whether you have a pen, a chair, a lawnmower, if a part breaks on it, you can either go buy the part or order the part online, and you know it will be the same precise size. It'll work the same exact way, all based upon precision manufacturing. But this also had a trickle-down effect. You had a lot of spin-off benefits from Hall's mass production. You had improvements in cutting steel, metal, machine-powered trains, and you also had steam engine parts, which were more precise. And the precision in the steam engines, they improved fuel efficiency and power output. But based upon the precision of the rifles, the United States was able to mass produce these weapons. And as a result, they overtook the British not only in terms of military strength, but also in manufacturing strength, even though the Industrial Revolution originated in Britain. But based upon all that, based upon Hall's process, the United States was able to mass produce weapons and use that same process in establishing other things. And based upon that process, along with other things we don't have time to get into, the United States became the #1 economy. They went from a manufacturing, small farm, cotton, backwoods economy after the Civil War to a manufacturing powerhouse. Of course, you had J.P. Morgan, you had Carnegie, you had Rockefeller, and the robber barons. But without precision manufacturing, precision of cutting steel, precision of weaponry, you would have never had all those other things. They were a trickle-down effect of John Hall, who I think should be more recognized for his contributions to manufacturing.